Trevon Diggs' explosive breakout season, a year that currently has him neck and neck with Myles Garrett for Defensive Player of the Year, is one of the most polarizing you'll find. He is firmly on pace to crush Night Train Lane's 14 interception single-season record. Diggs is already at 8, and no cornerback has finished with more than 10 in 40 years. He started the season with at least 1 interception 6 weeks in a row. Especially in today's game, stealing back possessions for your offense is how defenses win games and teams win playoff games. And right now, there's nobody better at forcing turnovers than Diggs. He has special ball skills, a knack for always positioning himself smack dab in the middle of the action, and an ability to change the game for the better, but also for the worse. He's allowed 584 yards and 18.3 yards per reception, which are both the second highest in the league. He's committed the most penalties of any cornerback, and he's given up a reception of at least 32 yards in 7 of his 9 games. So what should we make of Diggs' breakout 2021 season? Is he still going to be an interception machine moving forward, or is he simply in the right place at the right time a lot? We'll answer all of those questions in just a sec, but before we do, I want to give a huge shout out to the good people at Manscaped for coming back, and thanks to all of you guys supporting another episode. Manscaped is the #1 men's grooming product company in the world, and their Perfect Package 4.0 all-in-one grooming kit has you covered head to toe. The package has saved me a lot of trips to the store since I now have everything I need in one tidy bag. And this Christmas, you could hook your friend, family member, or really anybody up with the exact same thing. The piece de resistance is truly the Lawnmower 4.0, a super high quality electric waterproof trimmer that has advanced skin-safe technology to protect what's really valuable. The Perfect Package also comes with deodorant and toner spray to keep you smelling fresh, and extra blades in case you run out. If you buy the Perfect Package 4.0 and use my promo code Rollins, you also get this awesome pair of boxer briefs and my favorite travel bag I've ever used to house all of it. To get everything all in one, go to manscaped.com and get 20% off plus free international shipping, and you'll get those 2 free gifts when you use that Rollins promo code. Okay, and now we're back to Diggs. We'll first dive into why he's found so much success this year, look at his play style, and how that style informs some of why he struggles. Diggs grew up a wide receiver until Nick Saban switched him over to cornerback at Alabama, and the athleticism, ball skills, natural hands, and agility that he used as a receiver are evident when watching him play cornerback. Even when he's beat off the line of scrimmage or in the down, he uses his rare movement ability to quickly gain ground to make a play on the ball. It makes sense that he didn't have the greatest rookie season because he plays nearly every technique in the book. Based on the receiver he's facing, sometimes he'll kick step, where he'll take an outside step to mirror him off the line. Sometimes he'll use an inch technique, where he'll take quick small steps to stay in front because he doesn't want to get his ass kicked by someone as big as Mike Williams. And every now and then, he'll all-out jam a receiver to mess up his timing at the line and make sure he keeps him off balance. His arms, weight, and height are all in the 80th plus percentile, so he uses his size and length to his advantage when matched up one-on-one. His physical characteristics are impressive, but what truly separates him is his incredibly aggressive play style. Instead of watching the receiver the whole time, like everyone does in man coverage, he watches the quarterback until the very last second. Check out this example on 3rd and 3. The Cowboys are showing a pretty clear man indicator with everyone bunched up at the line and the corners stretched over the receivers, and look at the difference between the 2 outside corners. Jordan Lewis has his eyes fixed on his man like every corner, since man coverage requires tight coverage to stick to the receiver, but Diggs doesn't like to do it that way. Throughout the entire pre-snap process and even post-snap, he's got his eyes trained on Darnold to gather information on how to defend DJ Moore. Even after Darnold takes a snap, you can see Diggs stay laser focused on him, trying to figure out where he's putting his eyes, feet, and hips so Diggs can instantly decipher how to defend his assignment. Offensive passing plays are synced up with the QB's footwork, and when Diggs sees Darnold beginning to set up for the quick pass, that's when he turns to Moore. For Diggs, it's a 2-step process of reading the QB to figure out the depth of his drop and when he's throwing, then turning towards the receiver to evaluate his speed off the line, his body language, and where he's threatening with his route. Before the snap, he's dictating where the open space is by playing way off, and then after the snap, he's attacking that space. He is baiting Darnold and Moore to run this curl route so he can drive on it. Remember, it's 3rd and 3, so Diggs is allowing all that space in front of him, daring the Panthers to attack it. Watch how his eyes are trained inside to Darnold, then when he sees him begin to stop to load up, he turns towards Moore. But with all this space in front, how does he know when to attack, and how does he know Moore isn't running something deeper? Because he's hyper-focused on Moore's body language. When Moore nears the top of his route, his body starts to rise, which sounds the alarm bells for Diggs that he's about to throttle down since receivers rise up to slow their momentum so they can come to a dead stop. The moment Diggs sees this, he takes off and smothers Moore completely. He loves to play off coverage since it gives him more time to vision the quarterback after the snap and then switch his eyes over to the receiver. Game-changing defensive players have a knack for creating turnovers, but true game changers get in the end zone, which Diggs has done twice. Here he's just about 8 yards off the ball, and now the Cowboys are in zone, which plays out nearly identical for Diggs as it would man. The very second Hurts begins to load up after the play-action fake, Diggs is shot out of a cannon towards Devontae Smith on this Omaha speedout. We can see him just on the edge of the screen here where he's got his eyes trained on Hurts. He knows that shotgun play-action fakes work out a little differently than under-center play-action fakes, since in shotgun, the QB isn't immediately exploding backwards, and if Hurts isn't firing out after the fake to get a deeper drop, this ball is coming out quick. Once he sees him set up, he quickly breaks on the ball and catches it away from his body with shades of the great Rod Tidwell. He's able to read the quarterback and receiver during the down at a high level, but there's a lot of preparation that goes into that before the play even starts. Whether it be his prep throughout the week, or even what's happened up to that point during the game, he knows what to look for and how to identify tendencies. At the end of the fourth quarter against the Patriots, Diggs got his second pick six of the year by recognizing the formation and route concept. When the Pats put 3 receivers to his side, they kept running a 3-man dragon concept, which is 2 slants and a flat route, and after they kept showing it to him, he eventually pounced. At the end of the third quarter, Diggs is positioned outside and the Pats align 3 receivers in a nearly identical empty set, but run 3 slants instead of 2. Then, actually, the very next play, they send the running back to the flat and run the same exact concept with Diggs once again outside. Well, you keep showing somebody as good as him all these similar looks, and eventually he's gonna make you pay. Out of a slightly different look with the Pats splitting their running back outside, since the Cowboys are in man, Diggs is now in the slot, and the moment he sees Mac Jones set up for the quick slant, he knows exactly what's coming. His aggressive mindset consistently puts him in position to make game-changing plays, and you can see just how aggressive he is from the examples we've broken down. Even on plays that he doesn't make, he's always demonstrating that attacking mindset and his understanding of route concepts. For example, he knows when offenses condense their formations with the receivers tight to the offensive line, they're usually trying to run some sort of double cross look or run one guy deep to create room for the cross look. So when he feels Devontae Smith pushing downfield aggressively and knows he has his safety deep, instead of just running off with Smith's route, he understands when one receiver goes deep, it's usually to make room for another, and although he doesn't impact the play, that's the reason he's always close to the ball. Those are all the reasons he has had a potentially record-breaking season, but those are also the same reasons he's given up a ton of yardage. He's extremely aggressive in breaking on routes and flies 100 miles per hour to pick off a pass, which can get him in trouble, or at times he leaves his assignment altogether, and he's certainly gotten burned for it. If quarterbacks understand what he's doing and how to attack him with their eyes, and receivers know what movements he's looking for, he can be beat. He's allowed the second most yards in man coverage, and with his aggression, teams can get after him. As he's looking in, he sees Teddy Bridgewater not necessarily firing into his dropback. Then he sees Tim Patrick rise up a little and start to throttle down, so he jumps the route just a half step and gets bombed over the top. Because he uses so many different techniques, it's challenging for him to remain consistent, and every now and then he gets crossed up and can't use that electric speed to get back in position. He does well with bigger receivers he can get his hands on, but when he's shadowing a good route runner like Keenan Allen, everybody struggles against Keenan Allen, he can have a tough time. Or it's the same with guys like Kadarius Toney who have explosive movement ability. Diggs will blow coverages and vacate his assignments, and even on some of his biggest plays, he's actually out of position and is in the path of the throw based on honestly just dumb luck. In cover 3 zone, he's supposed to guard the outermost receiver, but when a second receiver becomes the outermost receiver, Diggs needs to fall off and either guard him or at least split the difference between the two. But instead, he carries Kyle Pitts too far inside, kinda gets burned by him, but then for whatever reason, Matt Ryan misfires the ball and Diggs makes an unbelievable catch. He's had a ton of success in 2021 and has been a major reason why the Cowboys defense has suddenly become a top 10 unit. His aggressive nature and play style has set a precedent for that side of the ball, but has also gotten him into trouble and created a lot of big plays for the other side of the ball. Some of his interceptions are picture-perfect reps where he reads the quarterback, hones in on micro movements that both he and the receiver are making, breaks on the ball, and shows unbelievable skills. But then one play later, offenses will use those very skills against him. He's been an all-or-nothing cornerback. At times that's helped his team, and at times hurt him, and unfortunately with a metric like interceptions proving historically to be pretty volatile and unstable year over year, unstable even in season, it's hard to imagine Diggs keeping up this incredible pace moving forward, but that's not to say he won't be a good player. He's shown that he's able to use a lot of different techniques, and to already be succeeding with that versatility in just his second year is super impressive. If he begins developing more consistency with each of those techniques, those interceptions will keep coming, or teams just might not throw at him, avoiding him altogether. He's already rapidly improved from years 1 to 2, and if he keeps improving, and the proficiency of his technical skills are matched with his natural ability, film study, and route recognition, Trevon Diggs will lock you down.